Good day to you, one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. There is no longer any need for me to say my YouTube channel, because that's what it is. So there. Today I'm talking about Wet Leg, and it's by popular demand. Everyone's saying, why don't you react to this song called Chaise Longue? Released in 2021 and produced by John McMullen. This is a highly requested video. So I don't really know anything about Wet Leg aside from the fact that they're called Wet Leg and everybody's asking me to talk about them. But they are a British indie rock band from the Isle of Wight, founded in 2019, so they're very, very new. Their debut single, Chaise Longue, became a viral hit in 21, and their self-titled debut album debuted at #1 on the UK albums chart, ARIA albums chart, I'm not sure what that one is, and the Irish albums chart, so 3 solid chart positions there. They're signed to Domino Recording Company, cracking little label from what I can gather, and their style of music has been described as post-punk, new wave and garage punk. I'll do the theme tune and we'll get into it. What do you reckon? Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Alright, cool. Justin Hawkins Rides Again. Right, so this song was written in 2019 in a single day by vocalist Rhiannon Teasdale while she was sitting on an actual chaise longue owned by guitarist Hester Chambers' grandfather. So a chaise longue, for those of you who aren't familiar with the furnitural, what would you describe that as? It's kind of like it's not a love seat, it's not a settee. It's like a day bed, but I think it's just, I suppose it means long chair. I don't know. There's some really iconic chaise longues that have been designed over the years. There's the La Chaise by Vitra. Let me get a picture of that one up. That's one of my favourites, which is a fiberglass body, and it sort of has what looks like a teak cross at the bottom, 4 pillars that come up to a weird kind of fiberglass shape that looks like it would cradle a body, but also sort of slightly resembles some lips. The chair itself was usually in white fiberglass. I mean, they come in all shapes and sizes, really. I recently found a day bed that was made by Roche-Beaubois in the 70s. But it is kind of, it's not really what you'd consider to be like an essential furniture item. It's definitely a luxurious, well, it's an extravagance, really, isn't it, if you're an interior designer? Much like a bidet in Anglophonic countries. I think, obviously, in Italy, a bidet is considered essential, but the chaise longue, not so much. Right, let's have a listen to the song. So it's just a bass line that goes... from G to C.
Mommy, Daddy, look at me. I went to school and I got a degree. All my friends call it the big D.
I think she's pleading to her parents to acknowledge her achievements in the academic sector. She's got a degree, which she's referring to as the big D, somewhat euphemistically.
On the chaise longue in your underwear. What are you doing sitting down? You should be horizontal now.
Okay, what are you doing sitting down? You should be horizontal now. That's an interesting phrase. The first 2 notes from that sort of, there's a motif that comes in after she's urging somebody to lay down as opposed to sit down. These 2 notes that it's doing here, they're altering the key of the G from minor to major, because this is the minor third and then the major third. So yeah, when it goes, that's a minor, G, this makes it G minor. And this is the third and the fifth of the second chord, which is a C. It shows you it's a major. So, in fact, when you look at the harmonic content of that, what appears to be a really, really simple bass line. You don't actually hear that very often going from minor to major. You do hear it quite often going from major to minor. To usually people use it at the end of a sort of chord sequence to add a moment of poignancy. So you'd go like on the chaise longue, on the chaise longue, you know, something like that. But to hear them doing it in the other direction is always quite interesting. I've heard Belinda Carlisle do that, but so that's the bit that you sing along to, really, isn't it? I mean, on the Chaise Longue, it's saying stuff, and then the actual melody is. And then it goes there. That's interesting, because I think that if you do that, then you're looking at, if it's on the C, then it's the sort of the fourth of the C, a major fourth, and minor actually. But if it's in the G, then it's makes it that. It's the minor seventh of a G chord, which could mean it's this or this. So when they're saying on the chaise longue, on the chaise longue, on the chaise longue, all day long on the chaise longue, long, of course, rhymes with long because it sounds exactly the same. But long, the chaise version of it, has a UE on the end. Let me just double check the actual, whether that just means long or not. Yeah, it just means long. As an alternative, it offers lengthy. So, yeah, on the chaise lengthy. On the chaise lengthy, on the chaise lengthy, all day long on the chaise lengthy. It's talking about an extravagant piece of furniture that not everybody has, and spending all day on it. So it comes from a position of privilege, or at least the narrator does.
Are you coming backstage after the show? Because I've got a chaise longue in my dressing room and a pack of warm beer that we can consume.
Okay, that's cool.
On the chaise longue, on the chaise longue, on the chaise longue, all day long on the chaise longue.
A pretty cool bit of bass playing there, because it breaks down to like just a kick drum going, doof, 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 doof. And then, but the bassist is doing this quite subtly, which offers tonality to the kick drum that would normally just be doof, 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 doof. It would just be a percussive element, but they maintain this G landscape. Oh, the bass just went off and did something there. It did something like. And he went. So he went for the F, which appears in that the second half of that motif, without any prompting. So he's either got bored and gone off for a little wander, or that's just like a moment that you're supposed to acknowledge and makes your ears prick up. I love it when sort of seemingly simplistic arrangements have little bits like that, because then it makes you feel, it's rewarding, isn't it, to find those. The way to use an acoustic and then find the bass, you need the claw. This is a cool bit. All day long, on the chaise longue. It kind of becomes a little bit more melodic at the end, or it's just, there's a harmony of sorts in there.
On the chaise longue, all day long, on the chaise longue.
And a bit of residual guitar. I don't know how to describe that really. Just, I don't let it hang for too long. It's just there. My God, it's simple. But it's kind of brilliant in another way. I can understand why everybody wants me to talk about it. It's like one of those things where, how is that? How did they come up with that, first of all? They probably did just look at a chair and go, oh, I'm going to sing about that. There's another Ten Benson song that puts me in mind of as well. I like some of this sort of art rock stuff, which on the surface of it appears simple. It's got a little bit of innuendo in there, just enough to sort of pique your interest and wonder what you're up against here, and enough to sort of make you feel obliged to take the lid off it and look what's going on. And there's a little bit of sort of interesting bass linery that just occurs in two different places. And this F thing gives the game away a little bit. There's something posh happening whenever you hear that. So there's a... When it goes to that note there. The guitar does it a lot in the motif, the second revolution of every motif. And then the bass hits it occasionally when they have wandered off to do their thing. I always refer to the bass as male because, you know, it's the daddy guitar, isn't it? It's a bit longer and the strings are thicker. Anyway. Justin Hawkins right again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and watch one of these two videos. Love you guys. See you later.